If you think old coins are just spare change, think again. What if a simple coin in your pocket could be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars? In today's video, we're revealing the top 4 rare United States coins that look ordinary but have extraordinary value. From 1964 to 1984, and even classic wheat pennies, these coins have hidden features that collectors are paying huge money for. Make sure you watch till the end, because one of these coins might already be in your collection. Top 1. The 1964 large date with no mint mark. At first glance, it looks like just another circulated coin, slightly worn, showing visible scratches and clearly used over decades. But what if this very coin could be worth up to $370,000 in today's auction market? That possibility is exactly what makes this coin so fascinating. The year 1964 is already special in American coin history. It was a time of transition, a period when coin production was high and millions of nickels were minted for everyday use. Most of these coins are still common today, found in old collections or even loose change. However, among these millions, a very small number carry unique characteristics that make them extremely rare and valuable. This particular 5-cent coin stands out because of its large date variety combined with the absence of a mint mark. Normally, coins minted in Philadelphia during that era did not carry a mint mark, so at first, this might not seem unusual. But what makes this coin valuable is the subtle combination of die variations, strike quality, and rare production anomalies that occurred during minting. When we talk about a large date, we are referring to the style and size of the numbers stamped on the coin. In rare cases, these numbers appear slightly bigger, bolder, and more pronounced compared to standard issues. This difference may seem small, but for collectors, it is a key identifier of a rare variety. These variations often happen due to changes in dies or adjustments made during the minting process. Now consider the condition of this coin. It is described as circulated, very fine, with scratches. Normally, collectors prefer coins in perfect uncirculated condition. However, rarity can outweigh condition. Even though this coin shows signs of wear, its unique characteristics make it incredibly desirable. The scratches and circulation marks actually tell a story, a journey through time, passing from hand to hand, unnoticed for years. One of the most exciting aspects of coin collecting is the possibility of hidden errors or rare die varieties. In some cases, coins may have slight doubling in the lettering, unusual spacing in the date, or faint design differences that are only visible under magnification. These small details can dramatically increase a coin's value. For a 1964 5-cent coin like this, experts carefully examine every feature, from the portrait to the lettering and even the edge. So how does a coin like this reach a value of $370,000? The answer lies in demand, rarity, and authentication. When collectors discover a coin that is both rare and verified by professional grading services, it becomes highly sought after. Auctions play a major role in determining value. When multiple collectors compete to own a unique piece, the price can rise rapidly. Another factor that adds to the value is the historical significance. Coins from the 1960s represent a different era of American currency, before major changes in metal composition and minting techniques. Collectors often look for coins that capture a specific moment in history, and a rare variation from 1964 fits perfectly into that category. It is also important to understand that not every 1964 5-cent coin is valuable. In fact, the vast majority are worth only their face value or slightly more. The key is identifying the rare features that set this coin apart. This requires knowledge, patience, and sometimes professional evaluation. Many valuable coins go unnoticed because people are unaware of what to look for. For those interested in coin collecting, this story serves as inspiration. It shows that valuable treasures can be hiding in plain sight. A simple coin found in an old jar, a drawer, or a family collection could potentially be worth thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. The thrill comes from the search, the discovery, and the possibility of finding something truly rare. If you ever come across a 1,964 5-cent coin, take a closer look. Examine the date carefully. Check for any unusual features or differences. Even if it appears worn or scratched, do not dismiss it immediately. Sometimes, those imperfections are part of what makes a coin unique. In the world of coin collecting, knowledge is power. The year 1984 might not seem particularly special at first. Millions of 5-cent coins were produced during this time at the Philadelphia Mint, which is identified by the small P mint mark on the coin. These coins were made for everyday transactions, and even today, many of them are still in circulation or stored in old collections. However, hidden among these common coins are extremely rare varieties that collectors are always searching for. The key detail that makes this coin stand out is the large date variety. While it may sound simple, the size and style of the numbers on a coin can make a huge difference in its value. A large date means the numbers in 1984 appear thicker, bolder, and slightly more prominent than usual. This variation often happens because of differences in the dies used during minting. Even a small change in the die can create a noticeable difference that becomes highly desirable among collectors. Now combine that large date feature with a P mint mark, and you get a coin that deserves closer inspection. The Philadelphia Mint began consistently using the P mint mark on nickels, starting in the late 1970s and early 1980s. So seeing it on a 1984 coin is normal. But what makes certain coins rare is not just the mint mark itself, but how the coin was struck. Slight differences in pressure, alignment, or die condition can create unique variations that are difficult to find. This particular coin is described as circulated, very fine, with scratches. In the world of coin collecting, condition plays a big role in value, but rarity can be even more important. A coin in perfect condition is always desirable, but if a coin is extremely rare, collectors are willing to overlook wear and scratches. In fact, these imperfections can add character, showing that the coin has a real history behind it. When experts evaluate a coin like this, they look at every detail. They examine the sharpness of the design, the clarity of the lettering, and the exact appearance of the date. They also check for any signs of doubling, unusual spacing, or minor errors that might have occurred during minting. These small details can significantly increase the coin's value, especially if they confirm that it is part of a rare variety. One of the reasons coins like this can reach values as high as $380,000 is because of collector demand. Rare coins are not just pieces of metal, they are pieces of history. When a coin is both rare and authenticated by professional grading services, it becomes highly desirable. Collectors compete to own such pieces, and this competition can drive prices to incredible levels at auctions. Another important factor is how few of these coins actually exist. Out of the millions of 1,984 5-cent coins produced, only a tiny number may have the exact combination of features that make them valuable. This scarcity is what turns an ordinary coin into a collector's dream. The fewer examples that are known, the higher the demand tends to be. There is also a sense of mystery and excitement surrounding coins like this. Many of them are discovered by chance, hidden in old jars, coin rolls, or inherited collections. Someone might have owned this coin for years without realizing its true value. That idea alone is enough to inspire people to start checking their own coins more carefully. If you ever come across a 1,984 5-cent coin with a P mint mark, it is worth taking a closer look. Pay attention to the size and style of the date. Look for anything unusual in the design or lettering. Even if the coin appears worn or scratched, do not ignore it. The 1,950 wheat penny is part of a long-running series that began in 1909 and continued until 1958. These coins are known for their classic design, featuring Abraham Lincoln on the front and 2 wheat stalks on the back. Millions of these coins were produced, especially at the Denver Mint, which is indicated by the small D mint mark on the coin. Because of such high production numbers, most 1,950D wheat pennies are quite common. However, a small number of rare varieties exist, and those are the coins that collectors are constantly searching for. One of the key features that makes this coin special is the large date variety. The size and style of the numbers in the date can vary depending on the die used during the minting process. In rare cases, the numbers appear larger, thicker, and more prominent than usual. This difference may seem minor to an untrained eye, but to experienced collectors, it is a crucial detail that can significantly increase the coin's value. Now consider the condition of this coin. It is described as circulated, extra fine with scratches. In coin grading terms, extra fine means that the coin still retains a strong level of detail even though it has been used in circulation. The main features, such as Lincoln's portrait and the wheat stalks, are still clear and well defined, though there is visible wear on the barza points. The scratches tell a story of the coin's journey through time, passing from one owner to another over decades. Normally, collectors prefer coins in uncirculated condition, where there is no wear at all. However, when a coin is extremely rare, its condition becomes less important than its uniqueness. Even with scratches and signs of use, a rare variety like this can still command an incredibly high price. In fact, some collectors appreciate the character that comes with a circulated coin as it reflects its history. Experts who evaluate coins like this pay close attention to every detail. They carefully examine the date to confirm the large date variety. They look at the mint mark to ensure it matches the correct placement and style used by the Denver Mint in 1950. They also check for additional features such as die cracks, doubling in the lettering, or other small minting errors that could further increase the coin's rarity. So how does a coin like this reach a value of $380,000? The answer lies in a combination of rarity, demand, and authentication. When a coin is verified by professional grading services and recognized as a rare variety, it becomes highly desirable. Collectors and investors are willing to pay large sums to own such a unique piece of history. At auctions, where multiple buyers compete, the price can rise dramatically. Another factor that contributes to the value is historical significance. The 1,950 wheat penny represents a time in American history when coins were still made primarily from copper and were widely used in everyday transactions. These coins have witnessed decades of change, making them not just currency, but artifacts of the past. Collectors value this connection to history, especially when it comes in the form of a rare and unusual link. It is important to understand that not every 1,950D wheat penny is valuable. Most of them are still worth only a small amount above face value. The key is identifying the specific features that make a coin rare. This requires knowledge, attention to detail, and sometimes professional evaluation. Many valuable coins remain undiscovered simply because people do not know what to look for. For anyone interested in coin collecting, this story serves as a powerful reminder that treasures can be hidden in plain sight. A coin sitting in an old jar, a forgotten drogi, or a family collection could turn out to be something extraordinary. The excitement comes from the possibility of discovery, the idea that something so small could hold such immense value. If you ever find a 1950 wheat penny with a D mint mark, take a closer look before setting it aside. Examine the date carefully and compare its size and shape. Look for any unusual details or differences. Even if the coin has scratches and signs of wear, do not dismiss it too quickly. Those imperfections may be part of what makes it unique. Coin collecting is more than just a hobby. It is a journey into history, detail, and discovery. Every coin has a story, but some stories are far more valuable than others. The 1957 wheat penny comes from one of the most iconic coin series in American history. These pennies were produced from 1909 to 1958 and are easily recognized by the two wheat stalks on the reverse side. In 1957, millions of these coins were struck, especially at the Philadelphia Mint, which is why many of them do not carry a mint mark. Because of this high production, most 1957 pennies are very common and hold only minimal value. However, a small number of rare varieties exist, and those are the coins that collectors dream of finding. What makes this particular coin so special is the large date variety. The numbers in the year 1957 appear slightly bigger, thicker, and more defined compared to standard issues. This difference happens due to variations in the dies used during the minting process. While it may seem like a minor detail, for collectors, it is a major factor that can significantly increase a coin's rarity and value. Now consider the condition of the coin. It is described as circulated, extra fine, with scratches. In grading terms, extra fine means the coin still retains a strong amount of detail. Abraham Lincoln's portrait remains sharp, and the wheat stalks on the reverse are clearly visible, although there is light wear on the highest nakat of the design. The scratches and marks show that the coin has been used in everyday transactions, passing through many hands over the years. In most cases, collectors prefer coins that are in perfect, uncirculated condition. However, rarity often outweighs condition. Even though this coin has visible wear and scratches, its unique features make it extremely desirable. In fact, these imperfections can add to its story, proving that it has survived decades of use before being recognized as something special. Experts who examine coins like this focus on every small detail. They study the size and style of the date to confirm it is indeed a large date variety. They also look closely at the lettering, spacing, and overall strike quality. In some cases, additional features such as slight doubling in the design or minor die errors can further increase the coin's value. These details are often only visible under magnification, which is why professional evaluation is so important. The question many people ask is how a coin like this can reach a value of $360,000. The answer lies in rarity, demand, and authentication. When a coin is confirmed to be a rare variety and is graded by a professional service, it becomes highly sought after by collectors and investors. Auctions play a major role in determining the final price. When multiple buyers compete for the same rare coin, the value can rise quickly. Another important factor is scarcity. Out of the 1,957 pennies produced, only a very small number may have the exact characteristics that make this coin valuable. This limited supply, combined with strong demand, creates the perfect conditions for high auction prices. Collectors are always looking for coins that are unique, and when one appears, it attracts a lot of attention. There is also a strong sense of history connected to these coins. A 1957 wheat penny represents a time before major changes were made to American coin designs. It is a piece of the past, something that has traveled through decades of economic and cultural change. For collectors, owning such a coin is like holding a small piece of history in their hands. What makes this story even more exciting is the possibility that coins like this are still out there, waiting to be discovered. Many people have old jars of coins, inherited collections, or forgotten pieces tucked away in drawers. Among those coins could be a rare variety that has gone unnoticed for years. The idea that such a valuable item could be hiding in plain sight is what makes coin collecting so thrilling. If you ever come across a 1957 wheat penny with no mint mark, take a moment to examine it closely. Look carefully at the date and see if the numbers appear larger or more pronounced than usual. Pay attention to any unusual features or differences in the design. Even if the coin shows wear and scratches, do not dismiss it too quickly. Those small details could make all the difference.